Hello, I'm Mabelle Liu from Howard County, Maryland. As a famous dancer Martha Graham once said, dance is the hidden language of the soul. Just like how we have different languages and dialects, dance has many different forms too. Today, I'd like to introduce a dance form that has a long recorded history, yet so many American people are oblivious to, the classical Chinese dance. The history of classical Chinese dance dates back to over 5,000 years ago, when images of dancers appeared in artwork or pottery. Before languages were invented, dance was an important nonverbal method of passing stories from generation to generation. It also served important ritual or ceremonial roles and were performed at the imperial court. Over time, more sophisticated moves were incorporated into these ritual practices. In general, Chinese dance is divided into two categories. One based on the exercises of Chinese warriors, and the other based on Confucius etiquette and ritual dances. Nowadays, classical Chinese dancers focus on three main components in their training. There are technical skill, form, and bearing. Technical skill involves acrobatics such as flips, jumps, and front and back handsprings. It also includes leaps, aerial tricks, and difficult turns that resemble the rapid turning of figure skaters on ice. Many of the difficult techniques were originally derived from martial arts. They display the physicality of how the warriors shield themselves and attack their opponents during combat. The second aspect, form, describes how dancers take their bodies from one movement to the other. Unlike ballet, which emphasizes linear, distinct movement, classical Chinese dance emphasizes movements that are round, continuous, and with no pauses. Some moves also require preparation in the opposite direction. For example, when ribbons are used as a dance prop, to go forward, the movement must start backward, and to go left, it must go right first. The difference in dance styles we observe mirrors the cultural difference in how we think and communicate differently. The third aspect, bearing, or in Chinese, yuan, refers to the inner feeling behind a movement. It is perhaps the most important part of the training and is deeply connected to the dancer's breathing and state of mind, and leads the body through the phases in a way that displays the character's personality and stories in unique ways. To give you a more specific idea of how these three elements are incorporated into classical Chinese dance, I will show you an excerpt from a recent dance I did, named Zhanghua Ji, or Adorning Hair with Flowers. It tells the story of an ancient Chinese young lady, reminiscent of the times spent with her loved one when adorning her hair with a flower. To sum up, classical Chinese dance is an artistic combination of martial arts, acrobatics, folk culture, and opera. It requires dancers to possess the exponential flexibility, strength, and skill. As an anthropologist said, societies create dances, and dance is a metaphysics of culture. I hope my video gives you a glimpse into the Chinese culture through the lens of dance.